we're going to create the clouds in a different document, and then we're going to pull that over here because we just do not have much space here for to create our clouds. So to do that, what I can do is I can click on File, New. I'm going to call this as Clouds, and I'm going to set the size to 600 by 400. Okay, I have my document here that says clouds, and now what I can do is I can create a new layer, and on this layer is where I'll be creating my clouds. I'm going to use a special tool here called pen tool. You can use the same. So pen tool is a very advanced tool which is present in Photoshop. Actually, pen tool is almost everywhere in almost every graphic design software. You can take an example of InDesign, Illustrator, CorelDRAW, or any other graphic application. You know, pen tool is a essential tool. So let's get started with that one. So I'm going to use the pen tool here, and you can click one point and leave the cursor, hold shift, and then click on the other end. That will give you a straight line. Now remember, anything that you create with the pen tool is based on paths. So if you just hit on enter, that's going to go away. So make sure you don't hit enter. So just click one point, hold shift, and click the next one. Now that I have it, you can go a little bit height here. Now here's the thing. Click and drag. Don't leave the curve, just click and drag. So if you click and drag, that's going to create a smooth curve. So this is what we need. You can see these handles here. These handles are actually what maintains the curve. So if you feel like you have not got the exact curve what you are looking for, you can always leave this, and you can get over here right below the text tool. You can right click here, and you can see there is an option for direct selection tool. You can select that one, and now you can click on the anchor point which you want to change. So you just click on this and you get these handles. So you can hold these handles, and if you pull this on the right side, you can see that the curve extends, and on this side also happens the same stuff, but it extends on the other side. Now since I don't have any path over here, it's not going to extend there. So I'm going to keep it as it is. Now I'm going to get back to my pen tool. Let's continue from where we started. So if I click here now, and if I drag, see what happens. I get a shape. I don't get the cut here. So what I need is a cut. So in order to get back to my previous anchor point, all you have to do is Control Alt and Z. You have to press these three buttons together. So this is an undo in the Photoshop. So you have to press Control Alt and Z. Now you can zoom in, you can hold Alt and you can scroll, you can zoom in, and you can see that this is my path, and what I need to do is I need to cut this angle off. If I don't cut this angle off, that's going to create a curve. Okay, so I need to cut this off. So we can cut that off using the Alt key. Just hold the Alt key, and you can see that we will have a V-shape icon below the pen tool. So you can see that, you can just click on that, and that's going to cut it off. So like this, you can create your cloud. So I'm just going to click on this one, hold Alt and cut it off. Just create this one, hold Alt and cut it off. Another one, just hold Alt and cut it off, and the final one. Okay, so if you feel like again your shapes are not perfect, again you can get back to your direct selection tool. You can choose the points which you want to modify, and you can always move the points. Okay, so I guess this is fine since I have got the cloud ready. Let's go ahead further and let's create our cloud. So to do that, what I'm going to do is you can get back to the pen tool here, right click, and you can select make selection. So if you do this, you'll get this window. Make sure the feather is set to 0, and then click on OK. You'll get a selection like this. If you don't get this, if you're facing some issues, you can always go to the paths option over here and click on this one. You can see that the icon which I created is available here. The shape which I created is available here. You can right click and then make selection. This works the same way as I work in the work area. Now that I have it, what I can do is I can disable this background. That's a white background. I can remove that. You can see now my cloud has a transparent background. So now what I can do is I can name this as cloud. Okay, and I can fill in white color inside my cloud. Great, that's my cloud. And what I can do now is I can create another layer. I'm going to call this as cloud shade. Okay, so I need to create some shades here. So what I'm going to do is use the brush tool, and see, my brush looks pretty huge. I can decrease the size and choose light gray color. Don't make it too dark, just keep it as lighter. Okay, and just on the edges, just paint it. That's going to make them look like a real cloud. Okay, now that I have my cloud, I can press Ctrl D. So now, since we have created our cloud, we can get back to the move tool. We can select the cloud and the cloud shade using the Control key and press Ctrl G. That's going to group them. I'm going to call this as cloud. Okay, I'll save the document. I'm going to save this document as clouds inside my lesson 7. Great. Now that we have created our cloud, what we need to do is we need to get these clouds to my document. To do that, all you have to do is just click here, hold the entire group, move this to my next tab, that is my scene tab, and just leave it here. We have the cloud. Most of the time you might want to increase the size of this cloud. So you can do that, but before that, make sure you back up the original file which you created. I know you have already built one here, but in case if you created the cloud right here, you can always back this up. So how do you back up? So all you have to do is right click and then duplicate the group. So click on the duplicate group. That's going to create a cloud copy. I'm going to click on OK, and I'm going to disable this thing. So we're gonna use only this. So we have this cloud copy. I'm going to use only this. Now there are two ways how you can transform the image over here. So let's just say that you can press Ctrl T like this. You'll get you this transformation handles, and through this you can actually change the size of it. Or you can go to edit, make sure the layer is selected. You can go to edit, and from edit we have free transform. That also you can change the size of the cloud. So I'm going to hold shift so that I don't destroy my size of the cloud. So I'm going to select that much, hit enter. So we have the cloud here. Now since I can duplicate my cloud, I'm going to create multiple cloud versions. So to do that, just right click here and duplicate group, or you can select your group here which you have the cloud groups and hold Alt key. That's going to give you a double key like this, and from there just drag this. So you'll have multiple clouds available. Okay, now that we have our clouds, I'm going to create another one just over here. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so now that we have our clouds, I'm going to select all of the clouds groups and you can group them. This is a single group called clouds. Okay, so now I can move the entire group of the clouds simultaneously. Okay, we place this over here and we are done. Okay, so now that we have our clouds, our scene is now ready.